Hey, Matt here. Welcome to MOBStreet. Today, I'm out here on TW Row. Got my 21 2019, and this is the newest addition to the MOBStreet channel. This is a 1989 TW200, and this is, well, actually, hold on a sec. This is what it looked like when I picked it up. So it looked as though some new pieces were starting to be added to it, and I want to check today to see if our engine is going to crank over, and if we hear anything funky or bad or whatever it may be. I want to check just to see if the engine feels smooth with the kickstart. There's no battery hooked up to it. There's like nothing really hooked up to it. So we're going to pull our spark plug out so that we don't have any major compression going against there. I just want to see if the engine feels good. So over here, these are the parts that came with the TW when I bought it. So airbox, a bunch of miscellaneous. We've got some side covers in here. Oh, look, there's the title. We've got a headlight nacelle in there. Looks like a chain guard. Got some new seat foam, a new seat cover. There's the battery. Let's see, we've got a cycle rack, rear rack that came with it. And as you can see, I have a few other bits and pieces here from previous TWs. So I should have a pretty healthy start on everything here. Let's see, inside of this box, looks like we've got the Clark gas tank. Somewhere around here, there was an Amazon bag that had some, oh, here we are. Right here in this roller tote, we had two of these guys. Now, that is not the stock Kickstarter for the TW200. I don't even know if that shaft size is going to be correct on here. Let's take a look and see. Okay, so we've got our shaft right here, or our, excuse me, kickstart arm. We want to go down onto this shaft right here. It looks like it should be about the right size, but it is not. So that's not going to do us any, let's see. Yep, this kickstart arm does not fit at all. So the other way to do this to see if the engine is okay is to go over here to the other side of the bike, and we can pop those two covers off and turn the engine that way by just putting a socket and a ratchet on there. We're going to pull our plug right here. It was just finger tight. That is darker than dark. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus in on that a little bit. Smells like oil. That's a good sign. We grab our big flat blade screwdriver here, and we're going to come down here, and we are going to twist this off right here, and this gives us access to the crank. So if you look down in there, you see that bolt? That is at the end of the crank. So just take your flat blade, twist that off,
so you hang the net
and that'll show you your timing marks inside there. We're taking our ratchet here And I'm almost like a palm ratchet is how I'm going to be holding this thing. I'm not going to be going all the way down to the bottom of the handle and using all the leverage, because I just want to see how this engine feels. You hear that? There's no major noises in there that would cause concern or that would arouse concern. Those bearings, the crank bearings, feel like they're okay. And the piston, like it feels like it's moving nice and smooth. So I think our bottom end is okay. And I like that I'm barely using any pressure on here. And while I'm doing this, you can feel those crank bearings too, to see if there's really any, like if there was any catching or anything. I think the only real tension that we have in there is up there from the valves. Basically just for us to get the carburetor installed, get all the electrical hooked up so that we can test to make sure all that stuff's functioning, and see if we can get the engine going. But I wanted to feel that before I went and did any of that, just so that we knew really what, kind of just a rough guesstimate of the condition of the engine. So good sign. Okay, so inventory of the 1989 TW project bike. What we found out today, that the kickstart arms that we have don't fit. Just going down to the engine itself and just kind of slow cranking it and just rotating it by hand. I didn't feel really anything in the engine that would cause concern, so that's good. We've got a whole bunch of new plastics on there. We've got, got a whole bunch of new plastics over there in the boxes. We've got the tail section, the side fenders, and the headlight nacelle. They're all in white. So that, you know, it looks like we've got all of our plastics. We've got a black front fender on over here. We are missing our Speedo cable, which makes sense because our Speedo is kind of MIA at the moment. So I was looking at the headlight. I've got a couple extra headlights up there on the wall that I can use. I've got the tail section. I even have a drum brake that I took off of this one when I installed the Bradley Performance disc brake. So I've got a new rear drum for it if I need to. I even have another stock exhaust over here, which I took off of my 2021 to install this Bradley exhaust. So this one looks like somebody just spray painted it black. There's a lot of pitting in that one though, so might need to get a new head pipe. Looks like my engine mount brackets, the bolts are there, but the nuts are missing. Never a good thing. Just wanted to give you an update really on what we have so far for the 89 project bike. Trying to think of a fun name to call this TW, but I haven't figured it out just yet. If you can think of a good name for this project, put it in the comments down below. And if you are going to be around in Utah September 20th through the 22nd, don't forget we have Tdub Fest. Maybe I'll give myself a deadline and try to have this done by then and see. We'll have 3 TWs there. So, but if you're going to be in Utah that weekend, please come out and hang out with us, Little Moab. I will put a link in the description of this video. Also got another video kind of showcasing what it is, where it is, how it is, all that stuff. So we'll leave it at that. I'm Matt. This is the 1989 TW200 project bike. Still trying to think of a good name. This is MOBStreet. Thanks for watching.